Well, good morning and welcome back to Springfield, Missouri. We are at the 32nd Annual Christian Homeschool Basketball National Championships on the campus of Drury University, the O'Reilly Family Event Center. And we are coming to you live with the girls 18U Division II 3A Gold Ball Championship game between the THESA Riders out of Texas and the CHAP Chariots out of Lansing, Michigan. Scott Staten, Jeremy Caldwell, Nick Fairley, and we are ready to roll. Opening tip-off. And the tip goes to CHAP. The Chariots in the camouflage gray, black, and green. On a missed shot and a rebound underneath. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will go to THESA. THESA, the Riders, in the white unis with the black and a little bit of red trim. So, fellas, this is two teams. THESA, a historic program. CHAP has done really well the last 3 or 4 years in nationals, but both of them kind of in a rebuild process, but they've made it to the D2 Gold Ball game.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams wishing they'd have the same rebuild process.
Yeah, what do they say? They don't rebuild, they reload. Here comes THESA out of Fort Worth, Texas. That shot is up by Garcia. No good. Back the other way come the Chariots on the rush. That is Lotzenheiser. Abby Lotzenheiser puts it in, averaging 16 a game. She can fill it up. That's the first points for either team.
I think CHAP might win the award for coolest jerseys we've seen this week.
Yeah, I don't know how much camouflage works. That's another missed shot by the Riders, but they might be able to get lost there in the offensive end with that camouflage on. Here's a left corner three, just a little bit long that time by Ellie Lotzenheiser, but then the other way quickly comes Ryder. Once again, the Riders can't get that one to go. That was Hannah Kraus.
Quick tempo here to start this game. Both teams up and running.
Thought about the three, flip it inside, across the lane, and then they kick it back out. Top right side, Nyhart no good, but then there's a rebound put back. Once again, Abby Lotzenheiser, that's her second. She's got their first 4 points. CHAP out to a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, Abby is showing early why she averages 16 and 10 every game.
Ball will come in on the side. Yeah, she's already showing us with the CHAP Chariots. You've probably seen them. They competed in D1 with girls the last few years. That time on the entry pass, that was picked off by Kraus. The other way comes THESA. Stops just inside the top of the key, but her shot is long. Still unable to find the range. Nyhart. Cross-court pass. Here's a three. That's short. Missed everything was Reeser. THESA will bring it back.
Both teams want to play with pace and get a ton of shots up as they're shooting in the first 5 seconds of almost every possession.
Yeah, this is frenetic for the morning. Lucy Lotzenheiser missed, but then the other way was CHAP, and Ellie Lotzenheiser missed there.
Yeah,
and on this end, another three. In and out.
We got the Golden State Warriors playing each other here early on in this Thursday morning.
Audrey Barth missed, and then at the other end, driving it all the way, guess who? Abby Lotzenheiser. She drops it in and gets the foul.
The only way a shot clock would make a difference in this game is if it was a 5-second shot clock.
Yeah, and I still think they wouldn't even have any violations.
I like it. Hey, if they're going to make us get up before noon, right, and you're a teenager, we're going to run. That's free throw is good. She has hit everything. 7-0. Abby Lotzenheiser by herself outscoring THESA. And CHAP Chariots out in front. The Riders with the ball out of Fort Worth, Texas. Oh, there's a nice cut, but the pass on the entry by Caroline Huffman sails over her head, and that's another turnover.
Yeah, the Chariots got a little lost there defensively, but luckily for their sake, the ball went over the head of the THESA Riders player and unable to convert that.
Now, I do like CHAP's uniforms, but you can see the numbers great.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to see the name of their program, it blends right in, and there's no telling. But we'll let you know. It's CHAP. Chariots working around the perimeter now. Oh, there's Lotzenheiser again. Takes it in, puts it in. Is she perfect from the field? I don't think she's even missed once.
I don't think she has.
Yeah, 4 for 4.
She may get that 16 and 10 in the first quarter.
There's finally an answer. Megan Garcia drains that three-pointer. Or they give her 2 on that, and it's 9-2. It looked like she was just on the line. Other way come the Chariots. Ball tipped away. Dive on the floor. And the Riders come up with it. Here comes THESA. Maybe they can put a string together. They just hit their first two. Oh, good find underneath. Garcia up ahead. And they get the easy layup there.
Yeah, she found Kate Day cutting on the backside, and she got behind the defense of the Chariots.
That's the Chariots' first turnover, leading to 2 quick points for the Riders.
A 9-0 run, now a 4-0 run by THESA. 4:14 to go here. First quarter of this girls' Division II 18U 3A gold ball game on the second to last day here at Nationals. On the pass in the paint, we had contact, a collision there, and going to be a foul on THESA. Hannah Kraus with her first. Chariots bring it in under their bucket. Into the game, Lainey Grahorish. That time a 3 attempt by Schenker. Falls short, but she chases down the miss. Grahorish back out top. Watson-Heiser. Here's a 3 by Neihart. That misses everything and sails out of bounds harmlessly. It'll go to THESA. 9-4. It was all CHAP Chariots. I mean, both teams were at a track meet pace. But then the last 2 buckets have been by the Riders. But then that time, Watson-Heiser showing I don't just score on the drive by Garcia. She blocks that out of bounds.
Yeah, I believe that last possession by CHAP was probably the most time ran off a clock in the possession in this game so far.
Yeah, we can't be having 10-second possessions. That time, a little bit of a rush shot by Kraus. Doesn't find the mark, but it was knocked out of bounds as the Chariots tried to get on the run again. Ryder was able to get their hand on it.
It was a good job by THESA breaking that press last time. Quick passes to break that zone press. Unable to get the layup off as it was blocked by Lotzenheimer, but a good work there.
Watson-Heiser, Abby steps out. Assuming her sister, Lucy, steps in. And she gives her a little bit of a break. Chariots on the attack again. Trying to stem this mini run by THESA. Ball trapped in the corner, double team, and we got a jump ball, and that'll give it back to THESA. That's a turnover on the Chariots.
Yeah, both of these teams played in the D1, D2 play-in games, and THESA Riders, they fell in a close one to MHEA Eagles. It was 78-63, high-scoring affair in that game. And then the CHAP Lady Chariots, they had to play the Texas Lions in the first game, and they lost that game 53-29, and that's how they got here into D2. And since then, they've both have won the rest of their games to get here to this gold ball game.
A little bit of a press there, but the Riders able to break that. 3 in the corner, little too strong, but there's an offensive putback in by Hannah Kraus. Boy, she's been battling. That time she's able to turn that miss into 2 points for her squad. Now a 6-0 run for THESA.
Yeah, that was a strong rebound, and she pulled that down between 2 CHAP Chariot defenders.
Chariots got to try to stop this offensive output here. They had a 9-0 lead, but now it's been THESA on a 6-0 run. Chariots under their own bucket. Chariots out of Lansing, Michigan, making the long trip here. Here's a deep 3. Bounces up off the top of the board, won't go in, but the Chariots get it back. Reeser stops, pops on the elbow, extended, and gets it. Nice shot by Reeser. She's the first Chariot to score besides Abby Lotzenheiser. And that stops the run by THESA. It's 11-6. Here come the Riders. Quickly the other way. Got rushed a little and draws the foul. It will put Audrey Barth on the line for 2.
Sorry, go ahead.
I believe that foul is going to be on Ellie Lotzenheiser.
Yeah, I was just going to say this has been one of the best press breaks I've seen all week. Doing a great job of taking advantage of the press. If you want to get a team out of the press against you, you got to take advantage, get layups or fouls the other way.
First shot is good. That's Audrey's first points of the game.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of sending an offensive player down the sideline and trying to throw it over the top of the defense. And if you're going to run a press, you can't let anybody get behind you.
One more. Tried to go in there, hit every part of the rim, but bounces off the board. Here comes Lotzenheiser the other way. Abby kicks it over to the right corner for 3. That sails over everything. Ellie Lotzenheiser couldn't hit it. It will go back to THESA. 11-7. So after that initial burst there, they really started to even things out. And looks like we got 2 evenly matched teams in their rebuilding years trying to come away with a Division II gold ball. There's a 3. First connection from outside for THESA. That was Katie Mays. And all of a sudden, it's 11-10.
It's a travel. Caught the ball there, Abby did, and just took off before she put the ball down.
Yeah. Sometimes in your mind you start to rush when the other team starts to make a run on you, and it looked like that time she just got a little bit ahead of herself.
And Neidhart coming back into the game.
THESA with the inbounds, the press. Oh, causing a little bit of trouble. Ball knocked away, and the Chariots come up with it, but as they tried to save it, called for the travel as Ellie Lotzenheiser fell out of bounds. On the inbound, another steal. That time it was Reeser with the steal for the Chariots. Another opportunity now for CHAP.
CHAP made an adjustment there, had a player back all the way on the press, changing up that a little bit.
Pass down on the block. Ball was fought for on the ground. Abby Lotzenheiser came up with it, but her shot was too strong, and the Riders come back the other way. THESA on the attack, down by 1, trying to get their first lead of the game. They trailed 9-0 to start, and with 1 minute to go here in the first quarter, they've cut that down to 1 and a chance to take the lead. But on the pass, Abby Lotzenheiser gets the steal. She's going to take it all the way up and too short. Rebound comes down to Anderson. Riders now on the rush. A step back 3. Too strong. And Abby Lotzenheiser with the board. She's going to bring it the other way. Throws it ahead. Ball bounced off of Neihart. Gets it back. No good that time by Reeser. In the battle for the board, we get a jump ball. It will stay with CHAP.
Yeah, I believe Abby's getting pretty close to that 16-10 already here. She's got 9 points, and she has at least 5 rebounds here in the first quarter. And we still have 40 seconds to go. So with the way these 2 teams have been playing, that's probably 4 or 5 possessions.
Team that lost a lot of experience last year. 5 seniors graduated. 3 this year, but a young team really showing up here in the Nationals. Here's a 3. Had a wide open look there. Couldn't get it to go by Neihart. Rebound to the Riders. 26 seconds left. Still down 1. THESA with the ball. Trying to get their first lead of this game here. 20 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, THESA done a really good job of withstanding that run that Allie came out with on a 7-0 to start the game. And both teams have kind of settled in now a little bit. You can tell it's a 1-point game.
Barth overthrew it there, and as the clock winds down, a shot no good. That time by Neihart right before the buzzer, and so that's the way it will end. The CHAP Chariots, they've been in the lead the entire first quarter, but that lead has whittled down to 1. And they lead right now 11-10 over THESA in this girls Division II 3A gold ball game. Back with the second quarter after this break. Welcome back. Second quarter action here, girls Division II 18U 3A gold ball game, where the CHAP Chariots in the camouflage gray, black, and green leading the THESA Riders 11-10 as we open up this second quarter of action. Here's a three, and oh, that was behind everything. Audrey Barth, and what a way to start the quarter. It was 9-0 CHAP, but they have come storming back, the Riders, and now they lead it on that three by Audrey Barth, 13-11.
Yeah, THESA's done a really good job of taking in that 7-0 run that CHAP started out with and kind of got back in this game, and now they've taken the lead on that big three.
Oh, wait, good ball movement. They worked it from the right side to the left, and Ellie Lotzenheiser gets her first points of the game and ties things up at 13. On the press, THESA looks up ahead. They break it. Now on a break of their own. Taking it all the way in is Kraus. She gets the whistle, and she'll shoot two.
That foul's going to be on Daphne Kuschel.
Yeah, you can see again, they put Daphne Kuschel back, and that's an adjustment CHAP made from early on because THESA was beating them down the court several times. So a good adjustment there from the CHAP coach.
Free throw is good by Hannah Kraus, her third point of the game. Her team back in front now, 14-13.
And the one thing that you're going to have is with the fast-paced tempo that both these teams play is shooting under the 10 seconds each possession. Is you're not going to have many fouls, as we only have one foul apiece here in this game.
And you would expect to see more with a team that presses, but so far they've been pretty clean with it. 15-13. CHAP Chariots out of Michigan with the lead. They play up there with a couple of tough teams, West Michigan and HEA, but they're very young and really like what they have moving forward. Cross-court path and a three. Oh, she was wide open there, but Abby Lotzenheiser able to bring it down, and now she's in double digits with 11. We're all tied up again.
Yeah, another rebound and another putback. Yeah, THESA has found the key here to beat that press, as they've beaten it pretty easy the last couple times.
Unlimited range, Audrey Barth. If it's in the gym, she'll take it. And now two in a row. Other end, can they answer? No, Ellie Lotzenheiser falls short, and now THESA on the run again. Bounce pass across the paint, turns, spins, defenders go by. Oh, very close, but she missed it, and then trying to get the ball back from Ellie Lotzenheiser, she fouls.
That's going to be Kate Day with the foul. You got to believe Audrey Barth. She's been watching a little bit of Caitlin Clark footage.
Yep.
She pulled that one almost from the logo and banked it in from straight on.
I mentioned this yesterday. It's really fun, and I live in Indianapolis, and when Clark announced that she was going to turn pro, and we have the Fever have the number one pick, it's been neat to see the response you don't often see, unfortunately, with women's sports, as Abby Lotzenheiser turns around and just continues to pile on the points.
Yeah, she's got 13 points already.
But the city is just so fired up about the possibilities with Caitlin Clark coming, and it's great to see women's sports getting the spotlight like that. There's a three by Carolyn Huffman. Caroline with her first points of the day, and that's 3 3-pointers this quarter.
There'll probably be a few NBA teams that would be ecstatic to have Caitlin Clark on their team.
No joke.
Yeah, as a Hawkeye fan, I wasn't too happy about that announcement. Even though she already broke the record, she could have extended it by quite a few. CHAP has yet to hit a three-point basket. I believe they've shot at least 10.
Yeah, they've lived in the paint for sure. Abby Lotzenheiser, that time on the rebound, tried to put it back, did not make the shot, but did draw the foul. So Grahorish is going to be at the free throw line. Laney trying to get her first points of the day and cut into this explosion by THESA, turning a 9-0 deficit into a 21-18 lead.
Yeah, that foul was going to be on number 24, Grace Channel.
Second shot up. It's good. They cut the lead down to 2. Under 5 minutes to go here. This is for the Division II 3A gold ball. Here's another three. That's over everything, but waiting there to get the rebound was Katie Mays. And then on the battle to get it back, another foul. That time I believe that was on Katie Mays. And the Chariots get it back with a chance now to tie or take the lead. You're right, Nick. It's mainly been, and it's not that they haven't tried, but all their points have come inside. They'll keep firing them up.
Well, when you have Allie Lotzenheiser down at the paint, most of your points are going to come down there on her behalf.
Another three by Ellie. Can't get it to go. Rebound to the Riders. Another little bit of a press there, but Riders able to break it again. Oh, had a Rider down low. That was Channel. But good hands, quick reaction there to tip that away by Reeser.
The one good thing that the THESA Riders are doing on that press is they're not just really going straight line passes. They're going across the court, both ways up and down the court, and they're making CHAP move on defense, and they're not able to get to the ball because you can pass the ball faster than the players can run.
Yep.
And they're going cross court, and they're beating them pretty easily.
It'll be interesting to see if CHAP continues to press, even though THESA has found a solution to it.
Yeah.
That time Garcia got a little hung up, and when she tried to pass, her lane was cut off, and she held the ball, and foot slid behind her. She acknowledged it, and that's another turnover. 21-19. Been stuck here for a little bit, a long time it seems like in a game that's this fast-paced. Chariots trying to come back and tie this one up.
Yeah, we've been stuck here, but it hasn't been a lack of shooting.
Yeah, that's for sure. This time, Abby Lotzenheiser can't get the little 8-footer to go, but her teammate grabs it and still somehow ends up in Abby's hands once again.
She's a magnet to the ball. She knows where to be.
Chariots really good at finding that cross-court teammate for an open look, but they've been unable to connect from outside. Another miss, but guess who's in there to rebound? Grabs another, puts another one up, and gets the foul. Boy, Abby Lotzenheiser is piling up the rebounds and the points for the Chariots.
Yeah, we'd unfortunately are not able to keep stats for rebounds and turnovers and all that, but I would imagine by now she's already had a double-double.
Yeah, it sure seems like it.
Yeah, ever since you gave her 5, I have her down for 3 additional rebounds.
First shot is good. Well, and it probably seems like she's everywhere as well because she's got 2 sisters on the court along with her. So we're calling the Lotzenheiser name quite a bit, but truly Abby has just really had a great game already. Second one is good, and I believe she's perfect from the field other than that last possession where she missed the first shot before she grabbed her own rebound.
And she's also perfect from the free throw line. She's 3 for 3.
3:21, all knotted up. Yeah, she's
not a bad game to have here in a gold ball game.
Yeah, nobody's perfect, but then there's Abby Lotzenheiser, right? Riders with the ball. That's Barth. We've seen her connect from outside. That time she took it inside and gets blocked. Chariots come away with it. Physical play inside. Here come the Chariots on the run. Flip it up ahead. Grahorish, she loses the ball, but that's because she was hacked. And with the limit now, she will be at the free throw line, as I believe that is the 5th foul this quarter on the Riders.
That's the 2nd foul on Caroline Huffman. And that's going to send Laney back to the free throw line where she's 2 for 2 already in this game.
First shot is up and good. We've seen CHAP hitting the free throws. You don't always see that a lot with young teams. But so far, they've been money at the free throw line.
Yeah, so early in the first quarter, we had a lot of fast-paced up-tempo, a lot of shots taken, hardly any fouls. Here in the second quarter, we've already had 5 fouls for THESA Riders, which have kind of slowed the pace a little bit, but it's been able to give CHAP the lead back because they're up 2 now.
Chariots trying to push that pace with that press. And THESA more than happy to do so because they've been able to beat it and get it down court, but unable to score here these last couple minutes. Another 3 deep, too long, but there with the board, once again, Hannah Kraus.
Able to corral the rebound and then get it off the glass. Tie the game at 23 with 2:28 to go.
Here's a jump shot by Lefevre, too strong. Riders with the board, that was Huffman. And we got a timeout. Going to be called by THESA. They're going to talk it over. So with 2:21 to go, we talked a little bit how there's history with these programs. CHAP has won a gold ball in the D1 in the last few years. But as we said, they graduated all those seniors. And THESA was a name that you kind of just heard of in the history books in girls basketball. They were just a powerhouse. And then kind of as a lot of girls programs have seen across the country, it looked like they fizzled out for a little while, had to build it back up again, and now this is part of that rebuild. But, I mean, back their history in the girls' national championships, and had a young lady you might have heard of named Mariah Jefferson that was a 4-time NCAA champ at UConn, and then went on to play in the WNBA, and I believe she's still playing today.
Yeah, and she won 5 straight NCHBC championships while with THESA, so definitely plenty of championship pedigree there, and THESA as a program is used to it, but they've had a few of their girls teams in gold ball games here today, so it looks like they're building that program back, and we'll probably be hearing a lot of THESA in the next few years.
Yeah, the rest of homeschool basketball girls hear that name and start to tremble a little thinking about that powerhouse coming back.
Yeah, and through this week we've called quite a few of these games, and a lot of the girls' games, you notice there's a lot of younger players on the varsity level here in these gold ball games. So good looks coming from the girls' basketball here in the high school level. So it looks like we've got a bright future.
Huffman missed a 3 there. Boy, Riders are not bashful at all, are they, Nick?
Nope.
They're taking it from the bench almost.
Deep threes. They've been watching too much Caitlin Clark, I think.
That time. Good challenge there. Lotzenheiser has owned that part of the paint, but she was challenged by Kraus, and now here comes the Riders. Kraus puts that up, and she draws the foul. Foul going to be on Lucy Lotzenheiser. And at the line, Hannah Kraus. You like to see that where a player makes a great play, a hustle on defense, and at the other end gets an opportunity to put some points on the board.
Yeah, so one defensive adjustment that the CHAP Chariots have made as she knocks down that first free throw. Since Audrey Berth hit that almost logo 3 from the top of the key and starting to get into a rhythm, they immediately slint Ellie Latzenheiser, and she is face guarding her as soon as she inbounds the ball.
Right.
And they're going to try to avoid letting her touch the ball the rest of this game.
Misses the second. Chariots get the they had the rebound initially, and it was ripped away, but they're going to call Kraus that time on the foul. That's her second, and also it's going to put the Chariots at the free throw line. You mentioned that. That's a tough assignment because we've seen Barth shoot it from, almost half court. So if you're going to face guard her, it's going to be almost a full court job to be able to do that, and we'll see if Ellie will be able to continue the job on defense to keep her from shooting threes. Her first shot is no good, and first miss now at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a concerted team effort, as they're probably, I would imagine, going to keep fresh legs on Audrey Barth.
Second shot, too strong. She missed them both. Still 24-23, THESA in front. Oh, that pass was too long. There to pick it off was Reeser for CHAP. She spins. Oh, what a move. Puts it up with the left hand. Got the steal, took it all the way, spun in the lane, and laid it off the glass. 25-24, now CHAP in front. 58 seconds to go. The winner claims the Division II 3A gold ball.
Yeah, they will move on to face EVAC, who won the game before this to advance themselves to the undisputed, or not undisputed, but the championship of D2. So this is the second matchup, trying to punch their ticket and claim the Division II national champion.
That's 7 turnovers now for THESA.
Yeah, and that one was unforced right before that. Miscommunication where she thought that the guard was going to stay out top, but she cut, and that's right when her teammate threw the ball. But they're able to escape without any points and get the ball back. THESA will have the ball with 34.8 seconds to go. They trail it by 1, and it's been a back-and-forth game of runs where THESA was down 9-0, then they came back and took the lead, and right now CHAP has come back to wrestle that lead away. 20 seconds to go. Another deep three. Got it. Caroline Huffman. Or no, I'm sorry, that was
Allie
Anderson. Allie Anderson with the 3.
That's 4 different threes here for THESA Riders by 3 different players.
6 seconds. Here's a 3. No good that time by Reeser. They cannot connect from outside, and they've only got 0.4 seconds to go, but they will keep the ball. Going to have to just lob this one in and hope he can get a Lotzenheiser tip possibly. Also got Kuschel down there. Oh, and they do it.
And,
wow.
Good play.
Just like you called it out there, Scott. You got Allie Lotzenheiser somewhere in the
When my body needs relief, I real-time it. I'd like to introduce you to my knockout pain formula, real-time pain relief. It's soothing lotion, it's rich in nature's ingredients, and helps me manage discomfort day or night. And it smells great too.
Welcome back to Springfield,
From muscle
Missouri.
strains to soreness.
We've had an exciting
to
one here and a
backaches
full day of
and
action.
arthritis.
We're coming to you
real-time it
from
and
Drury
knock out your
University's
pain.
campus,
It
the
works for
O'Reilly
me,
Family Event Center,
and it will work for
already
you.
had a few games,
Real-time pain
that
relief.
started
It's
today,
a knockout.
and we are going to continue on through this evening at the 32nd Annual Christian Homeschool Basketball National Championships. Scott State, Nick Fairley, Jeremy Caldwell, and we have seen a great one here between the CHAP Chariots out of Michigan and the THESA Riders out of Texas. It started off with the Chariots and a 9-0 run to begin the game, largely behind Abby Lotzenheiser. But after that, it's really been evened up by the Riders, and we've seen them connect on some deep, deep threes right before the buzzer at the end of the half. They were able to, the CHAP Chariots were down by 2. They had 0.4 seconds and just lofted it in, and Abby was able to drop that in right before the buzzer sounded. So that's how we are all tied up. And guys, going into the second half, pretty fast pace in that first one.
Yeah, it's pretty fast paced. And looking back at the scores to see how both of these teams got to this game, it's not a feat that to see both high scoring, as THESA scored 68 in both of their games to get here, and CHAP scored 68 and 64. So they are not accustomed to having low scoring games.
Let's see if the Chariots can connect from outside. They have not hit one three-pointer so far, and that one falls as well. Ellie Lotzenheiser unable to get that one in. Ball knocked out of bounds, stays with THESA.
Again, I think the turnover difference, 7 turnovers for the THESA, just 3 for CHAP, has helped CHAP overcome their shooting struggles from behind the arc.
Chariots are a program that is traditionally very aggressive defensively, very physical, and they continue to do that here. And like you said, that's really saved them because the outside shot, they just cannot find it.
Yeah, and also I believe the rebounding by Abby Lutzenheiser has been a big key here because she dominated the boards offensively and defensively.
Oh, that time, a near steal by Lotzenheiser, and actually this time she does get it. Throws it ahead. Going the other way is Nyhart, and as she tried to gather the ball, she kind of lost the handle and gets called for the turnover.
Yeah, she was dribbling up the court and kind of hung up on her hand, got underneath the ball.
Early on in the third, beautiful find down low, but she was too far under the basket. Garcia couldn't get that one in. Barth found her under the basket, and then knifing the other way, Abby Lotzenheiser continues her torrid pace and gives her team a 2-point lead.
Once again, a defensive rebound leads to a coast-to-coast run-out by Lotzenheiser, and she's able to finish 95% of the time when she gets inside the paint.
A one-man fast break.
Yeah, no joke. 17 of the 29 points are put in by Abby Lotzenheiser. She's already above her season average. Up ahead, the Chariots on the run, and that one was close, but they get Huffman on the block. Didn't have her feet set.
That's her third foul of the game.
And I have Abby Lotzenheiser for 10 rebounds now, so a double-double unofficially.
She's right on her averages. On the inbounds, nobody touched it, so they're okay there. Oh, Nyhart almost had it swiped from behind. They're going to try another three, and they finally connect. That's the first three-pointer, and they've tried quite a few. Reeser gives the Chariots their largest lead since early on, up by 5. Another deep three by Barth at the other end. A tumble down low to get the ball. I don't know how, but Kraus, from her being on the ground, throws it to her teammate. But then it's fumbled on the other side and ripped away by Kuschel. Here come the Chariots. On the attack, little floater, too strong. Kuschel on the other side, battling for the board, but Kraus comes away with it. Kraus having a game for the Riders.
It's frantic pace right now, both ways.
Yeah, both teams are up and down the court, fast pace, find open shots.
Another rebound.
Beautiful find by Garcia, but Huffman could not convert. Other way comes the Chariots.
Wow.
Guess who? Abby Lotzenheiser. 21 points is what I've got her down for.
Once again, defensive rebound leads to a run out and a layup for Abby Lotzenheiser.
Lead up to 7 now.
Breaking news, Abby Lotzenheiser is a very good player.
Nice drive, Hannah Kraus. She had a good first half. That's her first points for her and for her team in the second half. She's got 9 now. 34-29, that breaks the run there that we had of 7 points to start this half.
Wow.
Up on the inside once again.
Abby Lotzenheiser.
She likes to start off half strong.
Yeah, you're not kidding. The Chariots came out 9-0 in the first half and came out in this one 7-0. On the drive, contact on the floor. That's going to be on Kuschel.
Yeah, speaking of Abby Lotzenheiser, she had 9 in the first quarter, 8 in the second quarter. She's got 6 here already in the third quarter. We haven't even played 4 minutes.
Wow. With 4:43 to go here in this third quarter, it is the Chariots leading. And what do you do if you know a team you've seen, if you're the Riders, Nick, that you withstood a 9-0 run to start the game, but then they came out again on fire in the second half. So mentally, how do you get your team prepared to say, we can do this, we've already done it? What do you do to kind of get your girls in the right frame of mind?
Well, I think something they have to do is get the ball out of Abby Lotzenheiser's hand, but she's shown she's a willing passer too. Mm-hmm. Her teammates just hit a 3 for the first one. That was Reeser, and maybe that will give the rest of the CHAP confidence. But I think if you're the Riders, you got to take care of the basketball, got to get second chance points, and it looks like the CHAP have taking off their press a little bit. So that's what gave THESA a lot of their offense in the first half. So we'll see what they do in the half court now.
On the inbounds, THESA under their own bucket. Here comes Kraus, and her shot was blocked, but they're going to get the contact on, I believe that's Lucy Lotzenheiser. And that's her second. Jeremy, if you know that you've got a player just dominating down low, what do you do as a coach to try to stop that? Do you start to double team her?
Well, the problem is she's getting most of her points off of defensive rebounds and runouts, so it's not really an offensive set that you can send a double team to shut her down.
Yeah.
So if you're THESA Riders, the one thing you got to do on the offensive side is when a shot goes up, you got to quit looking at where the ball is. You better find out where Abby is and maybe put a body on her and see if you can box her out.
Yeah.
And if you give up a rebound to somebody else, that's fine and okay at this point, because you can't continue to give up defensive rebounds to Abby and letting her run out and getting easy layups.
Yeah, you might want to get a body or two on her because she is just dominant down low.
Or three.
I mean, at this point, whatever it takes, you just got to keep her off the boards.
There she is again. That time too strong. Gets her own rebound, puts it in.
So add another rebound, another bucket, and going to be another free throw.
Like her reaction as the crowd was kind of spurring her on. She kind of covered her face almost bashfully.
Yep.
Nothing to be bashful about that play.
She's rebounded her only misses of the game.
Up.
Except for that one.
Missed a free throw. First miss for her from the free throw line. But it's still 38-31.
Wow.
CHAP in the lead. And then a turnover.
9 turnovers now for THESA.
Back the other way.
Yeah, in this type of game, with the way that CHAP and Abby are playing, too many turnovers are going to get you deep in a hole that you may not be able to get out of.
Here's the thing, fellas. Abby, I'm not sure because of the way that it's worded. She's either a sophomore or a junior, so we're going to get at least one more year of her. Bringing it down now, Lena Neihart. Chariots holding on to a 7-point lead. Here's the older Lotzenheiser. I'm sorry, the younger Lotzenheiser. She's just 14, number 3.
And in homeschool basketball, you don't really know if they're juniors, seniors, super seniors.
Hey, that's why
freshmen.
I said that. All the way the other end, Kraus, but she gets it knocked away. Here come the Chariots on the attack. Ball almost out of bounds. Gathered in, though, by Grahorish. Neihart thought about it. Good close out that time by Kate Day.
Yeah, both teams are doing a really good job, I guess you could say, of when they get a defensive rebound, they immediately look up the floor and they're trying to push the pace and throw the ball up the floor. And here in the second half, it has turned to multiple turnovers for THESA, unfortunately. But they're only down 7. They were down 7 to start the game, so they've came back once, and they're going to need another one.
Feed down low. Wow. Initially blocked. Gets it back. Puts it in. I think I'd give her a rebound on that one.
Yeah, I did. 13 rebounds now.
Abby's 10th point here in the third quarter, so she's had 9, 8, and 10.
Wow. 27 on the game.
Quick math.
Still got 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, so.
It started 9-0. The lead is back to 9, 40-31. Here's a 3.
Need it.
They got it. Audrey Barth.
Her third.
She's got the range.
Yeah, she's a very quick catch-and-shoot player, and we see why.
This is one of the ways they came back, and here they go. A steal inside by Hannah Kraus. Kraus on the break. Kicks it over to Barth. Oh, double team, but then she takes it around the left side. Misses the shot, but on the rebound, putback attempt, Hannah Kraus knocked to the floor. She'll get 2. Boy, this is almost on script. When they hit the 9-point mark, it's like something triggers.
Like, oh, we got to start playing. Let's go find Aubrey and Barth. Get us back in the game. And she steps out to the three-point line and says, I got you.
Yeah, that was a big shot for her.
Huge, huge. They had to do something because it was becoming the Abby Lotzenheiser show. And what a way to answer, and they'll have a chance to trim a little more off that lead. So, guys, one of the cool things about, like we talked about with homeschool basketball, you see you know, you don't just see a lot of the same names, but you see them for years because it's younger brothers and sisters. And this CHAP team, they've got 3 Lotzenheisers. The oldest is Ellie, but she's the 18-year-old that's going to graduate, one of the seniors. But they've got 2 more that are going to be here. They're 16 and 14, and they got another 11-year-old sister on her way up. So that's a name you probably need to get familiar with in homeschool basketball.
They may have to change their name to the CHAP Letzenheisers.
It would work.
Wow.
I mean, they're in Lansing, so it would, you know, phonetically the Lansing Lotzenheisers. I think that would work. First shot is good.
May have to patent that, Scott.
I'll make a quick call. Kraus having herself a game. And missed the second.
Another rebound. Got to stop her.
12 points now for Kraus for THESA.
So the one thing THESA did there on that defensive rebound by Abby Lotzenheiser, she gets an and one there, does 21 Carissa Schinker.
Yep, Schinker with her first points of the day. You know, one of the great things about having great players is your other players can watch and learn, and she just basically imitated what she's been seeing Abby do.
Right.
Grabbed the rebound, put it back, drew the contact. Free throw miss. Lead is 7. Here comes Kraus for THESA. Over into the corner to Mays. Kraus off the glass.
She caught that above her head and never brought the ball below her shoulders. Just caught it, turned, and shot the ball.
She had 7 points in the first half, 7 in this quarter, 14 for the game. And she's keeping her team in at 42-37. 1:40 to go here, third quarter. The winner will claim the girls 18U or 18U Division II 3A gold ball and advance to the national championship game tomorrow.
And they'll play EVAC in that game here at Drury.
EVAC out of Arizona. Oh, up and over her head.
Reeser.
Nice job by Reeser. She hit a 3 earlier in the quarter. That time took it down low and made an acrobatic shot. She's got 9 on the game. 1:18 to go. Lead back up to 7. CHAP Chariots trying to move on to the final day of action.
Yeah, you see Ellie Lutzenheiser picking up Audrey Barth at half court.
Steps out.
Yeah, great pressure there. The elder Lotzenheiser, the grizzled veteran, able to play the defense there and cause her to lose the ball out of bounds. She had to close out because we've seen Barth shoot it from almost the volleyball lines, but that time she tried to drive, and that defensive pressure really seemed to bother her. Chariots maybe going to hold it a little bit here. We haven't seen a whole lot of that today.
No.
But less than a minute to go, and they've got a 7-point lead. Going to make the Riders either come out and try to take it, or they're going to get the last shot here of the quarter, bar any kind of turnover.
Looks like THESA is content with this.
Kind of a back-and-forth game between Nyhart and Reeser.
I'd imagine at this point both teams are not upset about getting a little breather here in game. Haven't had many of those opportunities with the way these two play.
Now they come out to start to play a little defense. 10 seconds to go. Reeser over to Nyhart. Deep 3 off the right side. Gathered in. Ball's thrown back in bounds, but as the clock winds out, nothing you can do but dribble it out. And that's the way this quarter will end. It is going to be 44-37. The CHAP Chariots with the lead over the THESA Riders. Back with a final quarter play after this. Welcome back. Girls 18U Division II 3A gold ball, where the CHAP Chariots, behind the 27 points and double-digit rebounds, 14 rebounds of Abby Lotzenheiser, have built a 44-37 lead over the THESA Riders. Scott, Nick, and Jeremy here with you from the campus of Drury University in this 32nd annual Christian Homeschool Basketball National Championships. The winner of this will get the 3A gold ball in Girls 18U Division II. And there's a steal by Lotzenheiser. She's going to take it all the way up and in. 29 now as she opens the quarter scoring, as she has done the entire ball game.
I think she's opened every quarter as the first person to score by either team.
On the drive, Barth, block. And here comes the Chariots. Their lead is 9. That's been their largest lead. They open with a 9-0 run to start the game. Here's Ellie Lotzenheiser. Her shot is short. Rebound by Abby Lotzenheiser. Wow. The bucket and the foul. What a game. If she has not already been on the national scene, you have been warned. 9 points in the first quarter, 8 in the second, 10 in the third, and now 4, could be 5 here in the fourth.
Not even a minute into the fourth. And
Misses
she's already
that
got a rebound and 2 putbacks.
She's got 30 and 15.
Unbelievable. Shot that time by Kraus, no good. And this is the largest lead that CHAP has had. They're up 11. THESA going to have to figure out a way to stop her. Chariots working it around. Ellie over to the right side. Reeser feeds it inside. Who else would you give it to? That time, Abby unable to convert. Ball knocked out of bounds, though, by the Riders.
She hasn't had many misses here in this game. Probably less than 5, I'd imagine. And she hasn't been subbed out the whole game. She's played every second so far, and you can tell she's tired, but she's still going to give it everything, and I'd still have to send 2 people to guard her.
Reeser with the ball. Cross-court pass. Back up top. Boy, they are making the Riders work. Just switching that ball, swinging it back and forth. Try to find a seam in that defense. Either get an outside shot or a feed inside to their money. There's a 3. That's long. Ball tipped around. Away with it comes Kraus. Kraus has had a great game for the Riders. Bringing it the other way. Knocked to the floor. And that is a foul on Lena Neihart.
That's her first foul of the game.
Kraus went down hard there, but jumped right back up. $14 points in the game already for Kraus.
Oh, wide open.
Lost the ball. She had an open look there. But she gets it back. Garcia. 3 is short. Rebound. Lotzenheiser. Here she comes. Over to her left. Taking it in. Reeser. No good.
Steal by Abby.
But Riders get it back on the bounce pass. Bringing it the other way. Kate Day. Day tried to throw it across to Barth. It was knocked away. It will stay down at this end. 5:59 to go in this one. The winner claims the Girls 18U Division II 3A gold ball. It advances to tomorrow's national championship for Girls 18U D2, where they will play EVAC out of Arizona, who just won before this game. Here's a deep 3 once again. Kate Day, a little short. Rebound to Lotzenheiser. Up ahead, great outlet pass all the way to Kuschel. Rebound by Lefevre, no good. Here come the Riders.
That outlet pass reminded me of a pass from Caitlin Clark. She loves those court passes to Stolke.
Great court vision. Here's a 3. Barth, or Garcia rather. That time Garcia with the deep connection. We've seen the Riders hit quite a few from outside, but they've just not been able to counter the attack of Abby Lotzenheiser so far.
They're going to run a little clock here.
7 threes in the game for THESA, but the lead is up to 8. It had gotten up to 11. Early on was 9. But that 3 cut it down to 8. And now CHAP playing a little bit of a keep-away game like they did at the end of the third quarter to finish out that last minute. No need to rush. What you don't want here is unforced turnovers if you're the Chariots. If you're THESA, you got to try to do something to force some action here because you're down 8 with just 4:42 to go. They don't seem to have anything they can do. They're not sure what to do. Need a little bit of help here.
Yeah, I'm surprised THESA hadn't went man and stretched out their defense.
Yeah, and that time looked like Barth just went over to foul and so that her coach could call a timeout. And her coach and dad does call the timeout. That way they can talk about how do we attack this. And what do you guys do? If you face a team that's starting to pull the air out of the ball, you still got 4 minutes to go and you're down by 8.
You got to go man defense, and you got to either make them dribble or see if you can get a steal. But you can't stay in a zone defense in that. They're just going to keep working it around, knowing that you're not trying to foul, you're just trying to rush them. But CHAP looks like a very veteran team here, although they're young on the age group, but they seem and have played like a veteran team. So if you're THESA, you got to stretch your defense out, and you got to make them do some motion or move with the ball. You can't just let them all stand in the same spot all over the floor and just pass it around on you.
Yeah, if you're THESA, if you really want to stay in that zone, you're going to have to take one pass away. What they were doing is just going up, pressuring the ball. They just swing it one pass away. Then the next person would go up. That defender would drop. You have to take one pass away. You're going to have to gamble down 8 points, force some steals, force their hand, and try to speed the Chariots up.
Yeah, extend if you're going to be in a zone, you got to extend it. But I'm with you. You almost have to go right now to a man-to-man, at least try to get where you can get the official to get a 5-second count started on defense, something to be able to try to get this ball back.
And they do go man here.
On the inbounds, Chariots with the ball. Chariots out of Lansing, Michigan, with an 8-point lead. That time the drive by Reeser. She will be at the free throw line. 2 shots. 4:18 to go. Well, not ideal if you're THESA, but you will get the ball back if you rebound here. First shot is good by Reeser. She's had a nice little game. That's her 10th point.
Yeah, the one thing you can't do here if you're THESA is if she does miss this free throw, you cannot absolutely give up an offensive rebound.
And they do.
And guess who they give it up to? Abby Lotzenheiser once again. Boy, she is a machine down there. Oh, beautiful find that time. Nyhart down to Reeser underneath. Reeser with the putback, or with the pass rather, and the lay-in, and she will find herself at the free throw line again. That's where this possession started. She hit 1 out of 2 free throws. Second free throw missed, ended up working back into her hands where she got that bucket, missed another. 51-40, largest lead. They've done it a couple of times. Leading by 11, THESA got an uphill battle here. On the drive, Barth. She was fouled by Ellie Lotzenheiser.
That's her 4th foul. She's had the tough feat of trying to guard Audrey Barth.
This CHAP team doesn't have a very deep rotation right now. Just 4 different Chariots have scored, but as the first one's good.
Well, when you got one of those 4 scoring 29 points, you can afford not to have to go too deep.
That's true. 11 points now for Audrey Barth.
She almost has a 20-20 game.
Yes, she's got 19 rebounds.
31 points, 19 rebounds. Second is good.
I'm sure she'll get a 20. 4 minutes left.
Here come the Chariots. It's back to the original lead they had to start the game. Here's Abby Lotzenheiser up and in.
Too easy.
33 points now. 53-42. I don't know if they've started the early All-American watch list, but I know one name that has to be on there.
Yeah, that's better be a given.
On the drive.
Rebound number 20.
Kraus couldn't get it there. Wow, what a game. Here's Reeser. Boy, the state of Michigan, as the ball gets thrown out of there, the state of girls basketball homeschool in Michigan.
Yeah.
You look down the line, you've got not just Lotzenheiser, but this CHAP team. You've got the West Michigan Hornets, who are in the Final Four. You've got HEA who's in the Final Four.
Right.
I mean, wow.
And their HEA's #1 player, Lily Williams, is also a sophomore. So we got 2 more years of seeing Abby Lotzenheiser and Lily Williams probably going to be playing on this court over the next few years. So you'll hear a lot of them.
Here comes Reeser all the way up. She gets fouled. Is there any way, I mean, you know, in Indianapolis, I was just there, and they just had the Steph versus Sabrina thing. Is there any way we could set up a one-on-one where we have Abby and Lily? Maybe just, I'd love to see that, just going at it. They're both so potent.
Yeah,
first shot, no good.
Definitely would be a sight to see. And something we could talk to Rob about. Maybe we could live stream that and, you know, help out girls basketball.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
that they need much help this week here at Nationals, because they have put on a show.
And talking about young players in homeschool basketball for HEA.
Second shot good.
Lila Valentine, the 8th grader, has been huge for HEA.
Yeah, there's been several 8th graders this week.
Yeah, Tyler Heat had an 8th grader that was pretty dominant in that game that they had. And, you know, her older sister was a little hampered with the hamstring in that game, but, man, she fought hard and she played through it and unable to come through with the win. But, like you said, the 2 8th graders that have played on this court yesterday put on an absolute show. And they weren't just on there to be because there were limited players on the bench. They come out starters and played major roles and scored major points in those games. So
the future of homeschool basketball is very bright. Got a lot of great talent coming up. And one of them right here on this court. One of the best performances I've ever seen at Nationals. 42-54, they trail THESA.
I mean, we don't track rebounds a lot like we mentioned before, but you can just tell when there's, you know, somebody has quite a few rebounds. I don't know if I've seen a 30-20 game in a goal ball game at Nationals since I've been calling games.
Reeser comes away, and Abby Lotzenheiser gets it. We get a timeout. So, yeah, we're talking about some unprecedented territory. And, you know, we know that our resident historian is Rob Flatt, and maybe Rob is listening, and he could later give us some maybe some more information that he would remember and some knowledge we don't have. But you're looking at a 33, and how many rebounds does she have, Nick?
20 rebounds. I started counting when Jeremy said 5, at least 5, so it could be more.
Could be more. Wow. Just a dominant performance.
If we were keeping track of assists, I'm sure she has several assists too because she's been drawing so much attention and has at least 3 assists.
Yeah, I mean, her teammates have definitely helped her out. And, you know, if we would have started tracking those early on, she may be close to a triple-double.
Yeah.
And that's you know, speaking of triple-doubles, you know, Luka in the NBA is trying to set records on a 30-point triple-double.
Yeah.
And here we are in girls' high school, homeschool basketball, and possibly a 30-point triple-double in a goal ball game.
And 20 rebounds.
What a performance. Got a whistle, and that's going to put Nyhart on the line. Riders running out of options right here. They're down by 12, just 2:01 to go. And, boy, it's got to be disheartening because they didn't play a bad game. I mean, they've hit quite a few threes. I think we've got them up to 6 threes. As the free throw goes.
Knocks down the first one.
But they just really ran into an unstoppable force down low as the second goes. And Abby Lotzenheiser, she is on the scene. She has made her national appearance. 56-42, 1:55 to go.
Oh, almost a steal for her.
Uh-oh, here she goes. I don't know if she can dunk. That might be the only thing we haven't seen yet.
Wow.
Takes it up and in. Holy cow.
Wild.
35 points, 20 boards, a bushel of assists. This might be the homeschool Caitlin Clark we're watching here. Come on to the scene.
Hey, and one thing to remember on all those points that she has, everything has been inside the paint at the rim.
No threes.
Not one outside shot. I don't even think she has shot a mid-range shot. Everything has been at the paint, through double teams, through contact, and she has over 30 points and 20 rebounds. Unbelievable performance by Abby Leichhardt here.
And you talk about, sometimes you'll have a player where they just get hot. And she knocked away, got the steal. Here she goes. Another.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Could she get 40?
She's going to go for 40. Here's the crazy thing, guys. Talk about consistency. 9 points in the first quarter, 8 points in the second, 10 in the third, and now 11 in the fourth. I mean, it's not just been a really hot quarter this entire game.
Yeah, this is insane.
Yeah, she's going for her 12th point here in this quarter, and they just substituted 4 for 4, and the one player that was left standing is Abby Lotzenheiser.
If she gets 40 and 20, that's going to be wild.
I will have to say unequivocally, I've never seen a performance like this. I do remember years ago, as she misses the free throw, and I worked with the Indy Blazers, but the Indy Blazers, Danny Brewer, who was legendary, had 3,500 points in her high school career. She had a game against one of the teams that's no longer in existence from Memphis where she had 32 and 15, but nothing like this. I mean, this has been the most consistent, I think, game I've ever seen. Did she get another steal? Yes, she did.
She did. I think she wants to go for 40.
Oh, and she got the turnover. 1:17 to go.
You think she knows how many points she has in this game right now in her head, and she's trying to get that 40-burger?
I would have to guess that somebody over there in that stands, in the stands for the Chariots, have yelled something out to her.
I can't count that high, though.
Not in game.
She got another one. Nope. Oh, almost another steal. And there's a rebound. Comes off Turka Horish. And if you're watching from Dallas, we don't want to just completely gush over Lotzenheiser. It's just unusual to see this kind of performance. But, THESA is just really, like we said, just run into a historic performance. It wasn't even that they had a bad game. They've been hitting their threes. Now, this quarter, it's slowed down quite a bit. Just 5 points in the quarter for them. But just a great, great effort by the Chariots, and specifically by the middle sister, our second oldest, I should say.
And Abby has gotten all these points within the offensive sets. Like, she hasn't forced shots. She hasn't, been the selfish type of player. She's been passing and getting her teammates involved. And she just has been at the defensive boards and offensive boards and getting putbacks. And she's dominated in every facet of that game.
I saw a discussion as Krause is going to take the free throw, and it's good. She's got 15. She's had a really good game for THESA. They might be taking her out now.
I believe she's going to get a standing ovation from her fan base here.
Wow. They talked about it. The coach looked, and I think he was borderline. I don't want to do something to make the opponent feel disrespected and just keep her in. But he takes her on out, and a good move, a classy move. You'd love to see her get 40, but I think the way she's playing, she'll have another opportunity.
Wow, what a game. So efficient, too.
37 seconds left. 61-44, and there's the shot.
First three of the game, or second three of the game, I'm sorry, for the CHAP Chariots, Allison Lefevre.
Lead is 20. So congratulations, both teams to make it this far, but the CHAP Chariots, they will be your girls' 18U Division II 3A Gold Ball champions. There's another miss as we finish out this quarter. Boy, Krause will not stop. She's had the motor going the entire game. And you see them both apologizing because they ran at each other. Great to see. They're just kids,
The ball was still live on the floor, and two CHAP Chariots went over to try to help Hannah Krause out, and nobody even had possession of the ball.
Love it.
Love to see the camaraderie there, and making sure that each other's okay.
There's a steal and a bucket by Katie Mays, her 5th point, and that's the way this one will end. The CHAP Chariots, they are your girls' 18U Division II 3A Gold Ball champions. They advance to tomorrow's National Championship Girls 18U Division II game against EVAC out of Arizona. What a performance, 38 points for Abby Lotzenheiser, over 20 rebounds, a whole lot of other stats.
Wow.
But, boy, we have had a national coming out party of one of the players to watch for these next few years. She is on the scene, and if you don't know that name, put it in your book because she's going to be heard from. Congratulations to CHAP. We will be back, and we're going to switch to boys action after this one. Coming up, the boys 14U Division I Final Four. It'll be the Texas Lions and Dallas HSAA. We'll be back with that one after this break.